What is going on, guys? I am MC Fixer and you are watching my Assassin's Creed Odyssey review in progress. Right at the start of this, I want to say thank you to Ubisoft for giving me a code early for the purpose of this review, so let's jump straight into it. I can honestly say, and anybody who listens to my podcast, My Xbox and Me, will tell you, that I didn't think we needed a new Assassin's Creed this year. I thought Assassin's Creed Origins was fantastic. It was probably one of my game of the years last year, and I felt that Ubisoft should have given us a year off and allowed Origins to breathe a little longer. I was wrong. After playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey for around 16 hours, I can honestly say Assassin's Creed Odyssey is probably my favourite Assassin's Creed game of all time. On the surface, I thought Assassin's Creed Odyssey, looking in and looking at it, was a reskinned Origins. I didn't think there was going to be anything new apart from it was taking place in a new place. I was wrong again. Odyssey takes the best parts of Origins and improves on them in a huge way. Let's start off by talking about the combat system. Assassin's Creed Odyssey now has 4 ability slots, which are really good and fun and make the game super cool. These are both for your main weapons and bows, and they change. You can change them throughout time. You can change them at any point, swapping and changing in different abilities, and makes for a pretty unique and different way of playing the game. It allows for different ways to take down enemies, animals, and other things. And it just changes the combat. It makes it a little bit more enjoyable. It stops the game from becoming repetitive. It just makes and allows for the game to be a little bit more fluid and more fun overall. It's a better overall experience with these new abilities that have been added. A few of my favourite abilities that I've unlocked so far while playing the game is definitely my number one, top of the list, is the Spartan kick. I can't help but when I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, every time I Spartan kick someone off a cliff, into a river, into a wall, I can't help but think to myself, and pretty much have said it a few times, "This is Sparta!" And then just boot the guy. It literally goes flying. It's so much fun, it's enjoyable to watch, and it's enjoyable to do. And I've been playing it for 16 hours, like I said, and it hasn't got boring since. Other than that, I have to do other abilities that I like using at the moment. We've got the one that allows you to remove shields from enemies. There's nothing worse than playing a game and you get stuck against enemies that have shields. We've all been there, and it's so goddamn frustrating. Assassin's Creed Odyssey has this ability that allows you to remove enemy shields, and then you just sort of get in there and take them out easily. You've got that ability, you've got this cool stun ability that I've been using, you've got the ability obviously to heal, you have the ability to make your swords pretty much on fire, or whatever weapon you choose, go on fire, which is fun, it's enjoyable, you deal more damage, it just makes for a better overall experience. There's other abilities like poison and many more, but those are just a few that I enjoy and that I've unlocked so far throughout my game. It just is fun, and it adds and allows more customization to gameplay, customization to the way you want to play. If you want to be sneaky, you'll put your sneaky abilities on. If you want to be like me, I'm someone that runs in and just attacks everything, I can do that now with these abilities. I don't feel like I'm being penalized for doing this. It adds to the gameplay and allows for so much more customization. My favourite thing to do in Assassin's Creed is wandering around this fantastic Greek world. Like, honestly, oh my god, it is fantastic. The world that the team have built here and the world that is here is amazing. It is beautiful, it is breathtaking. Sometimes, I'll be honest with you, I forget I'm playing a video game and you sort of look off and you notice certain things. Like, you'll notice a statue and you'll just sort of look at it, and everything is so noticeable. And I was obviously playing it and Haley's watching me, my fiance, and she was like, "Is that?" And I was like, "Yep." And "Is that?" And she's like, "Yep." And she just notices it. It is so well done, and it is so... For me, as someone who didn't pay that much attention in history, the Assassin's Creed games for me have always been one that I learn from. They're a learning experience. I learned something new while playing these games, and this is no different. I now have learned a ton about Greece, which is something that I didn't think would be the case, if I'm honest with you. Like I said before, whether you're looking at huge statues, if you're looking at bones, if you're looking at buildings, everything just looks amazing. When I'm having my most fun with Assassin's Creed Odyssey is when I get distracted away from the main quest. Not to say the main quest isn't fun, it is, but the main stuff that I've enjoyed so far has been the side quests. It reminds me very much of when I played The Witcher 3. The side quests were so well done and so enjoyable and everything felt perfectly placed in. And it's the same here with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Everything feels right. Everything feels in place. Everything feels like it has a purpose. Everything is just good. Some of my best moments, honestly, while playing this game, have come from the side quests. I have laughed, I have smiled, I have had goosebumps, I have almost cried. And that's 16 hours in. I have had missions that I thought were going to go one way and didn't. I've had other missions that have gone totally the way I thought. It's just been a total roller coaster so far while playing the game. I don't want to spoil anything, I'm not going to, but just remember Clay. That's all I'm going to say to you guys, is remember Clay. And then talk to me. Assassin's Creed Odyssey has so many new features for the Assassin's Creed game, one of them being the bounty hunter system. The bounty hunter system pretty much works like GTA, like 5 stars, where the more you do and the more you do wrong, the more bounties that come after you, and then the harder they get, the more challenging they get. I found that the bounty system is fun, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of fun, and having a bounty on you and people chasing you down constantly and being very wary and aware of people that are around you. You see that red marker come up and you're like, oh god, it's about to go down, is fun, but it does leave room. There's so much potential here. There's so much they could have done with this bounty hunter system, which I felt like they were going to do, but they haven't, and it's really frustrating. They have the menus for the bounty hunter system, the mercenaries, that give you their weaknesses, their strengths, a little bit more information there. But when I was playing the game, and when I've been playing the game, I just sort of skip over it. I don't ever go in there to see their weaknesses. I thought they were, when I first saw it, I thought they were going to take the Nemesis system that Shadow of War has obviously made, and Shadow of Mordor, that was so fun and so enjoyable and has so much personality and really adds to the games. I thought they were going to do that with this, and when I saw that, I was like, oh, and then I got through the game and started playing and realised it wasn't that. They have a great system here that could be a hell of a lot more fun if they just added to it and gave it a bit more personality, a bit more time, and that's something I hope they do going forward with the game. Like I said before, mercenaries are fun to kill though. They all have their strengths, they all have their weaknesses. They're enjoyable. They make the game more fun. You may be taking down a bunch of easy bandits that are quite easy to take down, and a bounty, if you've got a bounty on your head and you've not paid it, or you've not gone to, because you can either pay all, which costs you a large chunk of your money, or you can pay for each region. If you've got bounties in different regions, you can just pay, oh, I've got a 5 over here, I'll pay that one, oh, I've only got a 2 over here. It does go down within time, but it just allows for a better and more fun experience, honestly. And you obviously, you can be done for stealing loot that you shouldn't be taking. I'm not talking about just bad people's loot, I'm talking about good people's loot. Talking about shops and stuff like that you can steal from now. There's plenty of other things you get done for and your bounty goes up, but it adds to the world, it makes it more enjoyable. And that's just something I keep finding with this game. Every layer is so much more fun after and after and after again. It's just fun. Assassin's Creed Odyssey does a great job, while I've been playing the game, it does a great job of connecting everything. Obviously, the side quest is where I've spent a ton of time. I'm about halfway through the main story quest, but everything feels interlinked. Characters and characters in the world will notice things that you do in your side missions and not only your main missions. There's a certain moment that I'm thinking of that I did something that I didn't think would have a big, huge consequence to it, and it does. And you're like, oh my god, I wouldn't have done that if I'd known, but that's the whole point, and that's where the fun is. It's the little things that make big impacts in this world that I wasn't expecting. Obviously this year's the addition of consequences and choices in dialogue, which is all I really expected. I wasn't expecting the depth of which Assassin's Creed has allowed this year. It's not just choices and consequences, in which I mean, it's not just conversations. It's not like A, B, C and pick one of those and boom. When you're playing the game, you make really hard decisions. Decisions that I didn't expect to feel in Assassin's Creed game. Things like, I don't want to go into too much detail about them, but there's definitely one that sits in my head that I had to make a hard decision that put a lot of people at risk in one way or another, and it was down to me to make that choice. So I made that choice, and it had repercussions, not maybe on me, but on the world as a whole. What I will say about the conversational choices this year, which are fantastic, like I said, they're really fun, they really do add a new layer to Assassin's Creed. But what I've found while playing the game is, I'll pick a choice that I feel may be witty or an offshoot comment that then comes across actually quite aggressive or sad, or the tone doesn't work always. That's something I feel like they need to improve on in this game, and in the next game, hopefully going forward, is maybe, I don't want it to become systematic, like, oh, here's the happy, here's the sad, here's the angry, but at least that way I know what I'm given. At this point while playing the game, it does give you certain markers sometimes for aggressive and balanced and stuff like that, but because what I find at the moment while playing the game is, I'll look at a comment and it's like, oh, that's funny, let me click that, and then the main protagonist will be like, whoa, and you're like, whoa, calm down, my dude. That wasn't what I was going for. I was going for the calm and collected, the chill out, and that's not what I got, unfortunately. Overall, so far with Assassin's Creed, I've had an amazing time. The main story is interesting, which is keeping the carrot on the end of the stick for me. The game does a great job of having so much content there that it doesn't make you just want to progress just through the main story. The story is there and it will be there for you, but you need to go out to this world, level up, meet new characters, recruit new people, do certain things that add to this world. The world building in this game this year is fantastic. It's fun, it's enjoyable, the consequences are fun, making choices are fun, just the overall embodiment of Assassin's Creed Odyssey is fun, it's enjoyable. I can't believe I have to eat my words this year in saying that I was wrong. It's not just a reskinned Origins, it's not just a reskinned Assassin's Creed game, it's actually something the team have done a great job and actually built upon this year, so congratulations to them. Odyssey is a big world that I can't wait to keep running around in, keep doing main story quests, keep doing side quests, and keep exploring. There's plenty I've not even touched yet, such as navy battles I've not got into. There's these huge conquest battles that I have not got into yet, and much more that I have not even seen. I've only seen about maybe half of the map so far in my playthrough in 16 hours, that there's so much more to do that I can't wait to get to. Again, this is only my review in progress, so thank you all so much for watching. Keep an eye out for my main review. If you like this video, be sure to like it. If you have any comments, drop them in the comments below. And until next time, I will love you, leave you. See you all later. Thank you very much for your time, and goodbye.